Hello, I'm Stephanie Townsend Allala, attorney at law, and together today with Cheryl Olibas, owner of El Paso Freedom Bail Bonds, we're going to talk about the proposal by Commissioner Vincent Perez to completely overhaul and change the PR bond office. That's the personal recognizance bonds. Tell me, what are the problems with the proposal as it's been presented?
Well, it's turning out to be a little bit more of an expense to the taxpayers than it is a cost savings, which is being projected by Commissioner Perez. First, starting off, the jail study that they have promoted recently is not really a jail study, it's more of an analysis. And it's being combined with other counties to find what percentage comes in and out of the jail.
I was a little surprised to read in the paper that it's really just a survey. I thought that we were commissioning a study to see how effective the jail was and whether it should be shut down, but really this is just a survey.
Right, and it's $50,000 of a survey that we are out as taxpayers. And it's not going to show whether or not the downtown jail is a viable facility.
Nor will it show if the PR bond proposal would change anything.
Exactly.
So what are some of the concerns, some of the biggest concerns as you've taken the time? I know you and filed a lot of open records requests. What have you found, and what is your biggest concern at this moment?
Well, it's cost savings is not there. We are ending up with them transferring positions already when nothing has been in place. We're going to be ending up hiring more employees. We're going to be paying a PR department with more employees on that spectrum. They're not going to be doing their job that they should be to begin with.
Well, there's also a hidden cost in there. One thing I don't think people understand is that if you get out on a PR bond, you get a free lawyer.
Right.
So nobody understands that all these people who didn't have or would have gotten a lawyer on their own now get a lawyer on the taxpayers.
Exactly, and now they're looking to hire more attorneys, the public defender's office. They're looking for more positions, and that's more at the taxpayer's cost. Every time there's a PR bond given, that means they get a free attorney.
How does that save money?
That does not save money. It's going to be a cost to the taxpayers.
What are your other concerns?
The PR department is completely flawed. They do not monitor their defendants. They take them out of jail. They run up the costs that these people who are indigent are supposed to pay, and they can't afford it. So what happens? They go back to jail.
So if I was going out on a PR, getting out on a regular bond, say from your company, then if I didn't pay it, then you could sue me to get the money back. The worst thing that would happen if I didn't pay is that you would, and didn't show up, is that you would sue me for it.
Right.
But if I miss out on a PR bond, I go straight to jail the next time they catch me for a red light or something like that. Isn't that how it happens?
Exactly.
And then these people go up and they can never get out of jail.
Right. Sometimes they give them a no bond, and they're stuck in there for a couple weeks. And so when you're looking at it saving money every week, every day, it's supposed to be $100 a day that we're paying to keep them in jail. If they're stuck in there on a no bond, how much more is it going to cost?
So there's so much that the citizens don't know about. For example, the PR, everyone who gets a PR bond gets a free attorney. And then what about the costs of just having to go find? I mean, people don't understand that they're going to be charged a monthly fee every single month. You get out of jail for free, but you're going to have a monthly fee from there on end.
Exactly. And it can go for years and years.
Yeah, and it's terrible. Do you have clients who have been through this?
We do have clients who, well, they're not clients because they're out on PR. So they've gone through that system. They know when they go back in again, they end up using a surety company because they don't want to pay that monthly fee.
In essence, it becomes a debtor's prison. You go to prison because you're not paying your monthly fees. Not because of the crime you did, but because you're not paying your monthly fees.
It's a crime to be poor in El Paso.
It should not be a crime to be poor.
Exactly. And yet they're putting it into the scofflaw system, which now you cannot renew your registration on your car because you'll have an outstanding debt. You cannot get your driver's license because you'll have an outstanding debt. So how are you supposed to go to work?
Well, it's amazing all that I've learned from you because the media hasn't really covered this. I mean, all I've read about is Vince Perez says we're going to save a lot of money, and that's it.
And that's all that they cover. They aim it towards a cost saving that this is going to be great for the county. In today's paper, as a matter of fact, it even said Commissioner Perez is revamping the judicial system. I don't know how one man can revamp a whole judicial system. It's impossible.
Well, it's a little bit scary too. One of the problems with the proposal is that there's no hard data. It's just a presentation with lots of nice information about Bexar County, and that's it.
It's all Bexar County. There's no studies for El Paso County. No one has ever gone to the jail to see what the population is and how many are actually bondable offenses. They can't tell me that when I've asked. No one's done any research for El Paso. El Paso is not Bexar County. We are a border county. We have a different makeup, a different income, and yet we're supposed to be as close to Bexar County, and we're not.
You've tried to get your opinion and your concerns through to Commissioner Perez. What does he tell you when you try to talk to him?
All he tells us, as owner of a bonding company, we have nothing to be afraid of. We have no fear. He's not taking away the surety bonding. And that's all he says.
That's not very comforting.
That's not. There's really no communication.
What should happen from here on in?
You know, definitely there are problems with the PR system. There needs to be an audit of the PR system. I don't know where that money is going. Neither does the county. We've asked the auditors. We've asked the county attorney. Nobody knows where the money goes into. The bond forfeitures on the PR system. There's over $9 million in bond forfeitures. That money's gone. It's lost. It's lost from the county. How do you make that back up? And so a whole revamping of a PR department, I think, is first and most necessary before you transfer it off into a pretrial system. That is going to be the main working of a pretrial system.
The problem, and it's interesting that the media has not really covered this perspective, and we haven't really seen any in depth. And so how do we get the word out to the public? Because all the public hears is what Vince Perez says in his news releases, and that's about it.
That's it. And the only thing is by communication, by talking about it, by going to your commissioners, by talking to them and telling them. A lot of times they don't know exactly what's going on. They only hear Commissioner Perez's point. And so if they hear their own people out there talking about it and communicating with them, then they can get the word out.
Thank you, Cheryl Olibas, for coming in today. We'll have you back again.
Thank you.
Again, today it's been Stephanie Townsend Allala along with Cheryl Olibas, El Paso Freedom Bonds. Thanks for watching.